Welcome to PT Launch Lab. Today we're joined by Laura, who owns Vibe Yoga. We'll just start off whereabouts you're located, Laura, and when you're opening.
Yeah, so we're located on Gilligan. So it's a salon called Glossy, and then Vibe Yoga's gonna be upstairs. So we're gonna be opening 10th of March. So we've got some offers running for March, which are gonna be posted in the next few days. We got all the keys and everything yesterday, so there's a lot going on behind the scenes.
Did you say to me that you were doing like would it a pre sign up or would it like, I'm sure you said to me on messages before that you said you were going to do something running before, just before, or have I made that up in my head?
No, we're on about. I'm doing some like, how can I explain what they are? They're like, I've got a few, so we're doing some events and things within Glossy,
Yeah.
but then I'm also doing some workshops for team bonding
Right.
through Wakefield Council. So I do it for Wakefield Council, and I'm doing some with York Villas, so I'm doing a team bonding day.
No way.
So they're wanting just like a bit of wellness, bit of
Oh, that's cool.
doing everything. So we're booking out Featherstone
Yeah.
Sports Centre, and we're gonna do it down there. So there's bits like that, but
Is it the beginners class is what I'm thinking of?
oh,
Or is that starting the 10th of March?
no, everything's just gonna start 10th of March.
Right.
So we're just gonna go straight in. Everything's gonna be mixed ability. So it's gonna
Right.
be a bit like everything can be modified. Everything, depending on your ability, if you've done yoga before, if you haven't, it's not gonna be a traditional yoga kind of
All right.
like, it's gonna have elements of your traditional yoga because it's got to, but
Yep.
it's gonna have like a bit of a hit side to it. Like,
Oh, no way.
yeah, it's gonna be a bit different because I think there's a bit of stigma around yoga that it is quite boring.
Like zen and chill,
But-
ultra chill, yeah.
And I want to bring that part to it. There's definitely gonna be an element of that. But yeah, I'm a bit wild myself. I'm not as a whole, but yeah, it's we really jump it up.
So what made you come up with that idea? Did you just a bit of character involved in something that you enjoy, something that you love?
Yeah, so from being a young age, I've been a dancer. So yeah.
Just a touch. You might, you better dragging it yourself.
So yeah, from being a young age, I was a dancer. Competed at high levels. I've been to 2 different dance schools. So I was really shy to start with. I would honestly, I was horrendous. But yeah, I was really shy as a kid, and dancing just kind of brought me out of my shell. So it's kind of stemmed from that because I competed at a high level. I was third in the world. I did the championship. But yeah, honestly, it were amazing. I was sponsored. So I've always been inspired by my dance teachers. My dance teachers just have kind of made me who I am.
Yeah, so
Age.
like I've just said to you before we come in, there's no script for this podcast. So where did the dancing start? Of it, we'll get to the yoga.
Yeah.
There's literally no rush for that. So yeah, how old are you when you started all your dancing and stuff?
I think I was about 9. So my mum took me and they were like, "Oh, we wanted to compete." And we're like, "There's no way you'll get her to compete because it were just you were in a floor."
Shy.
Yeah, like there were a couple on the floor, and then everybody were obviously watching you. You're being judged. And my mum, first time that we went, she was like, "She won't go on. She won't go on. I'm telling you, she won't go on." And I just walked on in it. It were like, yeah, I was just a different person. And then from that point, my mum were like, "Oh, God."
We get people like that. I mean, I reference things for boxing all the time, so you'll probably get sick of that. But it's same. Some lads who are dead quiet in the gym, and I always say they've got like this alter ego once they get in the boxing ring. As soon as they're in there, they're like this character. Like I know, honestly, some of the quietest lads, once they boo to a ghost and they're walking out for the walkouts and the plain sick crowd, and it's crazy.
It's the
After they're like this, tensing after. Honestly, the funniest thing, it's like they're completely different people. So obviously, I'm guessing that's very similar with what you're doing.
Yeah, really similar. So I started at a smaller school, which were in Pontefract, and then I moved to a school in Leeds, got a sponsorship, and it kind of just all went off from there. It was
So
absolutely-
when you say third in world, do you compete like for country or what for your
no,
club
it
or-
was like so there's all different sections. So it's like beginners, starters, prems, intermediate, champs, prems, and it were like from so I were champ, so I came third in like my division for that. But honestly,
No way.
it was amazing.
So how many years did you compete for?
So it came to a bit of a sudden stop because I had an injury in my back. So I've got degenerative disc disease now in my back from dancing. So I wasn't naturally flexible in my back. I've always been quite flexible naturally in my legs, but I got stretched, would push the cells, and I literally could snap straight.
Is that how the yoga come about?
Kind of, yeah, because
Because that's just a mad story, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
how you just said all that and you
yeah.
just transferred it into that.
Yeah, so the yoga's kind of come about more from I'd say the last year or so, because with me, I tried to go back dancing
Right.
um start of last year, and I still couldn't do it, like with my back and things.
Yeah.
And when I got diagnosed last year with degenerative disc disease in my back. Um, but from there, they were like, you need to do things like Pilates, yoga. So I've gone down that route, absolutely fallen in
Loved
love
it.
with it, and just obviously wanted to do that
That's
myself.
crazy. What a
Yeah.
story.
Honestly, I think it's because the difference with like the gym, you're using your big muscles, you're training your big
Yeah.
muscles. Pilates and yoga, you're using such intricate muscles.
Yeah.
And the difference that I've seen in my back, I used to have a lump on my back,
Yeah.
and that's just totally gone. Just because I'm using different muscles and I'm not training like heavy weight constantly.
So how long you been doing yoga then? Or how long did you have in between? So what did you do to fill the gap between? So obviously you were dancing,
Yes.
and then it comes to like a sudden stop.
Yeah.
Did that obviously take rehab through
Yeah.
like yoga Pilates, or was it like actual sports rehabilitation
No,
sort of thing?
it
Or
were more just like physio, going to the gym. Like I had to adapt what I could do at gym.
yeah,
I've always done something fitness
yeah,
wise. I've always been really sporty. But it kind of were like things that I were doing at the gym. I just wouldn't see
yeah,
like a difference, or I was struggling with my back,
yeah,
or it's like one of them things. It's like a hit and miss. Like you have
yeah,
bits where you fall in love with gym, then you fall out of it, and I never had like a set routine. Whereas when I danced, I always had that set routine,
yeah.
as in you were training certain days, and you're in with like a nice community group of people, and then obviously now we're going to live yoga Pilates. That's the kind of community that I
So
like it.
do you miss the competitive factor to it?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So do you get a similar buzz? Obviously now yoga's obviously a passion, and then being able to put that into a business and seeing where you can get that. Is that sort of fill in the void?
Yeah, I think that's kind of where the competitive side comes from. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's so much drive, so much ambition, and I've always been like that through my dancing. So I do feel like I know we're not even open yet, but I just feel like there's so much
Yeah.
like where it could go, the things that we
I
could
think they're
do.
the usual like characteristics of people who compete.
Yeah,
Is they're never satisfied, which I think is a great trait to have. Like, unless I'm trying to achieve something, and I feel like I'm wasting my life, and it can't. That sounds dead extreme, but that's
no,
literally how I am.
it is.
Um,
Is
and,
that competitive
and
side?
yeah, and I just don't like to settle. I've always got to have something. If I didn't have a boxing match, I'd be setting up a marathon or something daft. Or honestly, I just whatever the craziest thing is, I'll go on to next. But I'm guessing it sounds like you're very similar yourself, and I love this podcast purely for it. Like didn't know anything at all about your dancing and your thing. So just finding out how people get to, and that's what it's for. So mainly we started this podcast to for people who wanted to get into PTs, into the fitness industry. We wanted to just show just so like how many different routes lead. Like some people are going to sports massage, some people might go into strength and conditioning, yoga, Pilates, personal training. Um, and every single person I've talked to has had a completely different story, which you would imagine, but I just didn't realize just how much until I started speaking to people. What we're going to go on to next. So, next is what I'd probably rather talk about, right? So, what are your plans? So, obviously, you're opening on the 10th of March. Like we just said, we're not even opened yet. Is there a big scale plan? Have you got like a year? Have you got a 6-month plan, a year plan, a 5-year plan? So, we always say that if someone's like structuring a business, is how they structure it. So, what's your sort of structure?
So the structure, so story now. The structure, what we've kind of
So yeah, I've set you off story. I just was saying, yeah. Edit.
got that out.
Yeah,
The structure that we're kind of looking at. So I've discussed with Emily, whose business it is, who I'm renting off. We're just gonna kind of see how it goes, like month to month to start with, because I've already had people messaging me like, "Are you gonna be doing morning classes, like
Yep.
midday classes?"
Yep.
And I'm still working full time as it stands at the minute.
Yep.
So it's like it fits around me to do like we're
Yep.
starting on a Tuesday night and a Thursday night, but then potentially looking and putting them questions out. What would you like to see next? They kind of get the people to tell me what they want to
Absolutely.
see. So it'll probably go weekends first, doing like mornings and stuff. So I think it's just growing it from there, see where it goes. But I think long term, this is
Yeah.
really random. But me and my dad have spoke about. My dad loves like joinery, loves messing, and he's always wanted to have like his own. Well, he calls it. You're gonna have to cut this out now. It's called.
Go on, all right.
He calls it Made and Sprayed, and he does like all bits in garage, like his Medmin shutters and stuff like that, and just loves it. So as his like little retirement plan, we had a little chat, and we were like, why don't we buy like a unit together? I was like, I could have upstairs, you could have downstairs, and we'll do it all up. And he was like, oh yeah. So long term, I'd love to do something like that to help like maybe my dad come into like some like retirement plan as well. So, but yeah, it's just as it sounds, just taking it month by month at the minute.
I always say to everybody, just even having that in your mind, like enjoy the journey to get to that, because that's the fun bit.
Yeah.
People are too busy chasing and always thinking, but once you get there, again, like yourself, you won't be happy when you're there. You'll want to do something else as well. Like you want to expand, you want things to be better all the time. So I'll probably go back there then to what we were talking about just off camera then. So where you're based right now, but it's in your mate's salon, isn't it?
Yeah.
So where's your starting point from there?
So the salon's called Glossy. Emily does nails, everything. Her mum's got sports massages. She does all facials, and she's just started in waxing. So we've actually discussed about like even booking out like spas and doing wellness retreats and bringing it all together. So it's like if we could book like a spa and do like a wellness retreat, and it's all about creating a community where people feel safe. So it's not just women, it's men as well. But it's like we could do like packages. We spoke about like if they could rent a room, I could do the classes with yoga, they could go have massages, go have facials if so. Emily could do nails, she does like toes and everything as well. So it's like I feel like it's totally different when people are like, oh, you're in a salon. And I'm like, yeah, but when it comes together, there's so much to go with it. There's so much.
It's like a wellness centre almost, isn't it?
It actually is. So that's what we've said. But if we can get like a nice community around us, it'd be like we'd like to do like events and things like that within the yoga. So bring everything together and come together as kind of one. Like I say, yeah. So
quite a close knit sort of little family then already, isn't it?
oh yeah.
So what's your plans there? So for together then, will it sort of be like a joint thing for advertising? You're all going to do it as a sort of a brand, obviously your own separate brands, aren't you?
Yeah, we're all.
So are you going to get someone in to come take photos, or would it be an idea to speak to all of them and get the same camera person and say this is what we do together? Almost getting like a portfolio together. Obviously, this is just things in the distance. Like, well, we're not even opened yet. We've said this many times already. But that'd be an idea, wouldn't it, to get it all together as a package, come up with a name together, and then have that completely separate, so you can still keep your own sort of brand as well.
Yeah, we've said that. I think, as it sounds, we've had that many ideas bouncing around together. We're just so excited to see what it kind of can be and what we can make it. So there's been so much going on in the background. Like there's so many ideas thrown around, and it's just I think we forget that I'm not even open. We're not for there.
The day that.
But there's still so much what we could do with it. So it is exciting, and it's exciting to see where we can go.
That's amazing. Like same. I mean, I say this on most podcasts, but I'm exactly the same. So like, I was self-employed I worked in gyms until I was 15. Self-employed from 17. It's my second gym. I've had number of different businesses, and like this podcast, I've got literally, it's kind of different for me on this podcast because I literally do it because I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
I listen to podcasts all the time as well, and we just put an idea together. So should we just do it? Just get it together, see where it goes. There's literally no stress on it. There's no time limit. The other businesses that I'm always growing, like this one's just like fun, but then I start seeing other people like yourself, and it's quite like inspiring again to try and boost your own. Do you know what I mean? See where it can go. And we come in, it's just a bit of fun. Then before we know it, me and Callum, my other business partner, we'll sit on it and we'll go, yeah, and then we could do this, and we're like, and we start like, you will get so and so.
You get so excited, you do. But yeah, and that comes. I feel like that does come from that drive, that competitiveness.
100%.
And you're always wanting to be one step ahead, achieving more.
Yeah.
And it's like you've said, enjoy. I forget to enjoy the journey because I'm always, well, what can I do next? What could happen next? Where could
do that? Yeah, absolutely riddled. Yeah, so I at one point I honestly got that bad that I had about 5 different businesses, and it just got to the point then. So what had happened is I'd have all my businesses would be here, and then I'd get a new one, and excitement would be I'd be flying, and then these ones would like either drop down or just maintain, and then a new idea, and it were just like that, and then all my businesses had never progressed because they were always just next thing. Yeah. And I just had that many opportunities, and you think every one of them's got a bit $1 million idea, like to tell you the truth. Yeah, you're like, we've made it. I would not even again, like, you haven't even opened yet, but I'm already a multi-millionaire in my head. Yet to do that, yeah. But We still keep trying. But yeah, it's just got to keep going, haven't we? And for yourself, it's just the exciting bit at the start to just keep the journey going.
It's keeping all the plates spinning at the same time. So it's like everybody's telling me I'm crazy. Like, I'm still doing my yoga qualification. Obviously, we're
Yep.
doing all the salon. I'm doing a project management degree on this side of that through work, working full time, got a puppet, obviously trying to see everybody maintain like a normal life in between everything. I think that's the benefit of doing it kind of with Emily as well, because me and Emily are so close.
Yeah.
We get to spend so much time.
Of course, yeah.
That's really nice.
That's how the balance. So who you on the journey with
Yeah.
is the most fun. So how long have you been doing yoga?
I'd say my dancing side of it came into it. That the stretching and everything that we do,
Yeah.
I'd say it's very implemented with the dancing that I
Yeah.
did, like the yoga style. Obviously, it's very we got stretched.
Yeah.
Quite aware everybody used to see it. So won't be doing that. But yeah, so it's kind of I feel like when I've gone to the classes and I'm doing like the postures and everything else, and even with Pilates, I feel like everything's so linked to being quite dancey. Like, even your teachers will say, "Oh, well, if you've done dancing, you'll know this, and do your fingers like this, and do your feet like that." And it's like, I do feel like I've done it, just not
Yeah.
really, like, how can I put it? I've always kind of done it without knowing that I've done it.
And
But
do you partake in classes yourself, or
Yeah.
have you ever been one of them people who started like just putting YouTube on at home and doing it and
Yeah.
just all of it?
I love it, yeah.
Yeah.
So with my training side of it, it's like we're doing Pilates and you've got to do 80 hours worth of your own individual training, 20 hours worth of teaching. So like these workshops and bits that I'm doing outside, like
Yeah.
with mindfulness, meditation, the team building, they'll go like towards my teaching hours. Like
Yep.
I'm going to start doing some classes and just getting like people who we know in just to like try
Yep.
out bits out. But then with the like 80 hours, because my life is like so busy at the minute, I am just like finding myself bobbing YouTube on, not always being able to get to a studio, but it's like you find your normal people you like. And
Absolutely.
I don't think kind of the yoga that I'm doing is going to be like sculpt yoga. Like I've said, like it's dynamic, it's got that cardio side, but it's still got that mindfulness, flexibility, using all your different muscles that you wouldn't usually use. And it's not that common.
Yeah.
So I'm finding people like on YouTube who are doing it, and it's like that's even inspiring
Yeah.
because there's not really much around here that do like
No.
the sculpt yoga.
Is there is there someone that does Pilates around here?
Yeah, there is. Is it that Pilates?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's doing well. I
Like
think.
Pilates is, yeah.
Yeah.
We were saying that when we last went, the amount of people that have opened since it's
It looks it looks quite a big budget to open though. To
yeah,
start. The machines.
yeah, the machines.
Can't
are
imagine that cheap.
exciting. Kind of no.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
best thing about like yoga and Pilates and stuff? I think the women who do it they're just so much better with style and stuff like that. Like every time I've done a gym, I've designed it myself. I did designed it myself. And then after I see other gyms, and I always think, I wish I'd have done something like that. I put a bit more thought into it, but
Woman's touch.
Yeah.
Ryan,
100%, 100%. But yeah, from a business point of view, then I mean, I don't want anyone who's like, I don't know if they would, but anyone who's like you're working with now, I don't want it to have an effect on that. But
Yeah.
so how are you going to make the transition then from obviously you're working at the minute full time and then you're teaching classes? Like, what's the aim to get out of that? Because I speak about it all the time. I've got a lad who, one of my close friends, I've just started training him, funny enough. He did our course. He's Pontefract running coach.
Yeah.
Matty Bell, I don't know if you know him.
Yeah.
So, like, at the minute, he's working full time, and then what he's doing is he's doing the runs on the side. He's got doing the online coaching, and then he's using his job as like a safety net. And then all of his other stuff's gonna like give him like a budget for after, like say 6 months worth of his bills. That's what he's going to build up until he can like take the next step to move forward. And I've just had one of my other friends who did very similar, but now he's full time coaching. So is that a similar sort of thing for you, or no?
Yeah.
If you don't want to say that, that's absolutely
No,
fine.
that would be the aim. Like, I'd love for this to be like doing something you're passionate. At the minute, I work with like social care and the children legal side of like children's social care, and I absolutely love that. I love the
Yeah.
job. I work from home. I'm really lucky. There's a lot of
Oh.
flexibility. But it's like I've discussed. Like at the minute, probably next 6 months a year. I probably won't see it maybe be a full-time job, depending how it goes. But potentially look at reducing my hours, condensing days. Like, I think again, it's what people want. So if people are wanting classes through
I
day,
want to say, is that an option with your work? Then you feel like you could reduce the hours and that wouldn't be.
potentially, yeah. I've already spoke to my manager and told her like what I'm doing, and said at the minute,
I mean, that's
no,
nice and it's honest, isn't it?
yeah. Well, I feel like I've got a really good relationship with my work, and they are really flexible with you. Like,
Yeah.
the supportive. I think doing these team bonding days for like Yorkvillers, I think
Yeah.
they'll be wanting me to do ours next.
Yeah.
So it's the recognising the opportunities that I've got, but they know I'm quite hardworking and I would never leave like my job or leave early or anything like that, knowing that there's stuff to do.
Yeah.
They know I'm quite committed and everything like that. But yeah, I would like to kind of reduce.
I think that's probably the best way to do it. While you've got a safety net of work and start progressing, building, because what you'll find is you will have ups and downs as well. And what people do is they get out too quick as it's on the up.
Yeah.
And I always kind of like impact months, so I try and get beyond that point first. So I'm only saying this 'cause I've been there myself.
Yeah.
So when you first start, the impact months for me are when people hear it's new. Oh, I want to try it. I want to try it. And everyone wants to do it. And then all of a sudden you've got this joint of the January when everyone wants the resolutions.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's quite cliche, but it is a thing.
It is.
Everyone does do it. Like
gyms are always.
yeah, don't we all? Yeah. So which is great again for gyms. It's great for it'd be great for your yoga place, things like that. But it's the other months.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, it might be the months between like near Christmas, people just drop off. I really believe though, like yoga stuff, if you get into it, I think it's something that you can stick to. You'll do it. And again, a close knit community, like you said, is the best thing. The sooner you can build a family bond between it.
Yeah.
And start adding different things, and there might be like on summers, everyone having a barbecue, or like you do your Christmas do's, and
Yeah.
and you invite all your people who come, your members and stuff like that. And I've still got people in my classes now who I trained 10 years ago.
Really?
I don't even teach those classes anymore, but they just want to be in my gyms to just support me that much. And I used to train them outside in winter for another company, like an outdoors fitness company, and then I started Ultimate Shred when I was in 2015. They come over, did my program, and then started doing PTs with me, and they've followed me every year since been like
That's
11,
really good.
11 years now.
Yeah. So that's what I want to do. It's the studio upstairs. It's not massive. You're going to be able to fit. There's obviously me and then 5 other people, so it's going to be really intimate yoga. So it is going to be nice. I want to create that safe space where if you've not done it before, you come in, you have a laugh and a joke. We get through it together. It's not one of them things where you've got to be perfect. There's any standards. You come in, you be yourself, and I want you to walk out. If you come in with a weight on your shoulders, I want you to walk out and just feel that little bit lighter. Where
just making it so there's no clicks.
Yeah, 100%.
No clicks up coming in. Make sure everyone who's in there is welcoming, and like I'm not telling you how to do it. Like, do you know what I mean? But for me, like boxing is probably the most intimidating. Like any gym's intimidating, any class is intimidating. Boxing gym's like tenfold. You've got lads who are all going to punch each other in the face, essentially, aren't you? Like, so it's very intimidating. But they're the nicest people you'll ever meet, and I won't have anyone in there with an ego. And I think that passes over to anything that you do. As soon as you walk through, everyone's welcoming and talkative. They feel part of the group. They don't like section off like we're at school. Like it does happen.
It does happen, and that's why I think with the classes being so small, people are going to be able to get to know each other. It's just personal. You making it individual. Like you're going to be able to get to know what people like to do.
Yeah.
What they like to be praised. Like little things. It's like even doing bits like I've already spoke about, like doing like client of the month and just making people feel recognized.
Even what they'll start doing as well. They'll probably have their own as well. But you have like little WhatsApp groups. Tell them updates.
Definitely.
Or ask how everyone's feeling after the first session already. They're part of this thing. Like,
Yeah.
well, they didn't know. They feel like they're part of something straight away. That's what most people want.
Is that's what I want though. I mean, it's like the dancing sector. That is what you want. That's what I've been brought up with. I've been brought up within a community.
Yeah, well, even though were you dancing in a team or were you still individual?
Or still individual.
Yeah, so see, but there's a team aspect. Is it you travel together? That camaraderie. I can't even say it. Camaraderie. Is that what he says? Is that how he says? Yeah. Never saying that again. But yeah, you do. You miss that team bonding, don't you? I probably should have said that instead. But I used to be like with football. I did. Well, I played football when I was really young, but I liked the boxed aspects. I still got the praise that I'd earned myself.
Yeah.
Which sounds a bit like
No,
but
it is.
it
I like
is.
it. That's how
I
I
like the
am.
glory in myself, and I felt more pressure letting the team down than I did doing it myself. I knew when it were all on me, as long as I put 150% into everything, that didn't matter what happened after. I sort of like I would at ease with that because I knew I tried. No, I couldn't try anymore. If someone beat me, that would have been better than me. But yeah, but I think that's like now my team. Like we had 2 Christmas dues like within 2 weeks, and we had 20 odd people, and we went on a meal, and there were 20 of us, and another 6 couldn't get on, and then we went out, and then they've got their friends who know us all, and they've brought friends, and there were like 30 odd of us out, and it's just
It's nice, though.
yeah,
That is what it's all about.
you make some of your closest friends,
Yeah,
yeah.
you do, and it's them connections of, like, them mates and then their mates getting to know you, and then it's driving business in as well again. It's a vicious circle with it, but yet again, it all comes from that drive.
Of course it does, and once you get them people, you know we're gonna stay as well. Again, the good thing about women, there's no offense, right? They love to talk about this. They love to talk about it. Love to tell people that they've done it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I always say when I used to train hairdressers and stuff, the best people to get on board because they were doing my online competitions and they'd be cutting hair and every client, what are you doing? I'm doing ultimate shred and oh, what's that? All of a sudden, they're cutting 10 people's hair in a day and everyone knows what it is. So that's a good positive. And once they're doing, they're loving it. Everyone wants to tell everyone they're doing yoga. Like I think it's such a cool thing. Like everyone wants to say they're doing it. And I think everyone, more or less everyone I've ever talked to has always thought of considered doing it at one point.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just dependent on the area.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I'm hoping with it being quite local, like, I mean, it's Pontefract Town Centre, so there's loads of parking around it if people were to
yeah,
drive to it, anything else, you can walk to it, but I think it's the fact that yoga, I feel like you can make it so individual because there's so many modifications, so many
yeah,
adaptations that you can make for it's not just a set age group, like,
yeah,
it can be so, like, widespread. You could have somebody, like, on the older spectrum, younger
yeah,
spectrum, but they're still all part of that class and can still all participate, but you just adapt it to that person and what, like, their level is. I mean,
yeah,
somebody at the younger end might not be as flexible as somebody at the older end because 'cause they've done it for,
yeah, yeah.
20 years, like, you don't know. So I think it's just getting people in, seeing their abilities, and then adapting it from there, and
I think it's very much same as like the gym. So like if you're doing I don't know, adaptation for a press up, you do it on your knees. If you're doing
yeah,
a progression, you might do it elevated. So like,
yeah.
yeah, it's very similar, isn't it? I was thinking of that. That was going to be one of my questions. Then you were started speaking about it. So, is it? Do you find that a good part of the job or a difficult part of the job? So when you obviously, yeah, we haven't really got going. But what ages does it go from?
I'd say any really, as long as obviously you're fit and you know that you're gonna be able to do part of it and it's not gonna cause any issues with itself. But it's like I've got all the blocks, I've got all the equipment, so you don't have to come with anything. Everything's like supplied for you, and we've got everything that makes them
Yeah,
adaptations, so it can be made easy, it can be made harder. Like
yeah.
whatever your ability is, we work it around you. And I think yet again with the class being so small, you're able to observe people more and see like they're not just gonna be hiding in a corner
It's a lot more
struggling.
personal.
Well, and I want people not to be afraid to ask for help, to ask
Yeah.
to adapt it. Don't matter.
Is one-to-one yoga a thing?
It is, yeah. I have explored this, but I don't
I've no,
really.
I've literally I'm just thinking out loud then, and like
Yep,
literally,
yep,
I'm just probably seeing it into my head. I'm like, like, wonder if that's a thing.
yep, it is a thing, but it's whether it is
Demand, isn't it?
there demand for it. Like, would people want to come one on one? I mean,
But is that obviously it's still a small group anyway? But you can't always, it's, even to that point, you can't spend 100% of the time on one person,
oh
and yeah.
no, absolutely.
So there's got to be equal amounts spread across the group. Whether it's well done to that person, like you'll find. I used to find that within the boxing, but for young lads, so I talk about boxing, it's the only way I can relate over to it. But so if I used to get a young group of boxers, and you have to give more attention to one that's got the least attention, and I had to make that a thing then to make
Yeah,
sure I was giving these ones as much pat on the backs as I was trying to give these ones the extra attention
yeah,
to make them do it. So I guess it's very similar with the yoga. Someone might be struggling, you're helping them all the time, and these others are like they're showing loads of improvements. They're just not quite getting the credit they deserve.
yeah. I think it is. I think it's just making it like fair for everybody, isn't it? But I think as they get up and running, probably just be one of them things that it
Yep.
becomes second nature. I mean, I've always wanted to teach.
Yeah.
I taught dancing like I used to do bits outside. Like, I even, with my first dance teacher at first school, I used to go and help her. Used to finish school early. I never know how I got away with that. She used to come pick me up from King's, and I used to go teach with her at a school in Ackworth and go do all classes with kids. So I always feel like I've had that bit of teaching nature with me. So I think it'll just be one of the things that it comes second nature. Just adapt, innit?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So something
As long as you like your face lights up when you're talking about it, so I know you'll be a good instructor anyway, and that's half of the battle is being present, being active, being passionate. What I'm gonna say that's I've written up there actually. Yeah. So do you see that? Yeah. You thought really good at it. You just thought really good. I've written it in green pen as well, right? So I can barely see it from here, dodgy eyes. Yeah. So from an athletic standpoint, does this pass over to any sport? Would it be beneficial to any sport? Would it more?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's like we spoke about with the gym, you train in big muscles, and over this last like maybe year and a half where I've done yoga, I've done Pilates, you see a difference in different areas of your body.
Yeah.
Like, it's the small muscles that you don't use that you train with yoga, you train with Pilates. So I do think it'd be adaptable for any sport, any athlete, and I do think it has its benefits. I mean, flexibility is a massive one.
It's very much similar, and we spoke about this before, but it's very much similar to mobility, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very similar. So you have your mobility side of it, and that's what I want to incorporate. So your traditional yoga is very around your mobility and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all around like your flexibility, your balance, which helps all your core and everything. And it's all to do with your posture and your alignment just day to day. So
Yeah.
it doesn't just also help with like athletes like sporting, it's helping individuals day to day, just like with your normal posture. I'm bad for it. I know I'm like slouched now.
Yeah.
And it's lifting it up the stage.
You know.
But it's helping just like day to day doing like it is just
Just wellness all around. Like
all round.
it's got a place for everyone, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I think yoga and Pilates, I think because they tell you focus on your breath, and it's how to do with your breath. Your breath focuses you and all your breath work. And I think it has a massive impact on mental health as well. Like, it's like I said, if people look...
Is it a form of meditation? Sorry if I cut you off then.
Yeah.
Is it a form of meditation, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
it is.
I know obviously people do, like some people just meditate normal. I have not got that. I can't do that.
That's what I'm like.
So,
I'm too. This is why I've said I don't think I'd be able to do 100% traditional yoga, because that's not me as a person.
Yeah.
I'm too loud. Like,
I think in a class environment though, I think when you know you're going to purely do that.
Yeah.
Luckily for you again then, because you'll be the lead of it, so you'll be like giving in the instruction, and that'll probably give you that little bit extra bit to do. Obviously keep your mind more focused. And most people aren't like us in that way. They can actually just relax. So they will be able to enjoy it. But I reckon if I went there for that, I know I'd probably be able to, because I'm like hyper focus as well. That's sort of my like ADHD sort of thing. It's like hyper focus. Once I'm involved, I'm like push some full in, just the meditating stuff, because I think it's usually my surroundings. So if I've ever been told about it, I've tried doing it at home, but it's near impossible.
I think once you're in that environment though, I mean, it's like we've done it on my trainer, and when they're like, oh, we're going to do meditating side of it, and I think, God,
I definitely can't be pals when I was younger, because I'd have been laughing.
Yeah. Well, it's like you're in that environment when you're training and you don't know anybody.
Yeah.
And I did have that ability to switch off, and it kind of gave me a buzz to think, maybe I could actually incorporate this, like, even if it's just at the end, like, just like a 5-minute meditation, just bring everybody, like, kind of back down to earth, focus. And it is like, they say, when a lady were talking us through it, and she were absolutely amazing. She said that she worked in an office environment, and she used to like get everybody to sit down. Like, if everybody were like really wound up and stuff, she'd get them all to sit down, just put like their hands on desk, shut their eyes, and she's like spoken through. She was like talking like about an oak tree and all this, and that's not what I'd be able to do, because I would have giggles there. But it's like, even when she was telling us, it's your breath that you focus on, so it's you basically just cut everything else out.
Yeah, well, people do breath work as a form of meditating, don't they? So it's just good. I think it's just good to be able to just switch off.
Yeah, it is.
Like I said, if I went somewhere, I'd have the intention to go and focus purely on that. So I think that'd be the only time I'd be able to switch off. And you'll probably find it yourself. So when I'm doing anything, right, especially now, because I like work and train within the same environment, so it's very hard for me sometimes to just concentrate. So I used to do quite a lot of other boxing gyms, Just because when I went there, I had 1 hour. I wasn't thinking about work. I was different atmosphere, different place. Just everything were different, and I felt like I was going there. And it was purely for me. I didn't need to answer any questions, or sort of people might not know who I am. Whereas when I'm in here, someone will be like, right, can I grab a bottle of water out of the fridge? And I'm halfway through training. I'm like, and you can't really switch in. You can't really stick into it. When people come in, then and I'll be sat trying to get my breath between around, and they'll walk in it. Right, you all right? And I'm like chatting to them, and it's just hard. So when I do come away from it, then that's when I can really get stuck in. So you'll probably have the same thing. You'll be doing it yourself, but you'll find it hard to be in their position
Yeah.
and actually be completely relaxed and just let someone else. But that'll become refreshing to you as well.
It will, because
You
I
know,
feel like I can't switch off, because it's even when we were doing the meditating, like, training, it were, like, certain phrases that she'd use. I'd be like, "Oh, I need to write that down."
Yeah.
So I'd
Yeah.
be like, I'd already
Yeah.
come out of it, and it's like, "Right, let me try and refocus now." Then she'd say something else, I'd be like, "Oh, I actually quite like that, I could use that." So I feel like my brain goes, like, constantly, like,
Yeah.
there's ideas swimming around all the time, and there's so much going off at the minute. When I do have an idea,
Yeah.
it is like, get it down on paper. 'Cause
Yeah, well,
go.
that's what I got. I once got loads of books when I first started, like, how to build a better business, how you should.
Yeah.
I know exactly the same as what you just said then, which just makes me laugh. So I'd go and I've opened a book and it'd say, right, this is what you should do. Write this down. Write this down. I'm like, right. So I write it down, and then I'd be in it like a daze, right? I'd be daydreaming as I was reading book, thinking how to implement these skills into my life. I'd be on 4th page. If someone said, what were the last 2 pages? I won't be able to tell you.
No, I won't. Yeah, 'cause I feel like that's the thing. It's like you're already one step ahead.
Yeah.
You're already
Yeah.
thinking, well, how can I implement that? Where can I put that?
So
It is. I did.
disease.
God help everyone.
Yeah. But it's a good driving force, and that's what it's going to take to do well. Is there anything? Is there anything else you want to talk about? Like you want to get in? Like you think we've missed? Is there anything? Obviously we'll get your Instagrams and stuff at the end. But is there anything else you want to cover? I mean, I know what's going to happen as well. You're probably going to say no now, and you'll walk down here. You'll go,
Well, yeah.
why didn't I say that?
I'm trying to think.
Just have a minute. Have a minute to think. Have a minute to think.
Let me have a look. I've got that much.
This is what this is for. So Callum are watching. So these are bits we'll be able to, and we'll just drop straight back into it. I don't want you to miss anything and walk out regretting it. That's all. That's what we're saying. It's quite relaxed. Don't worry. Did you take some notes before you come?
Do you know what? I didn't, purely because I know that if I would have done, I'd have been flattered thinking, what have I missed? What have I not covered? And I feel like it'd have been too structured. Like, I was nervous.
That's like I said with that. Like literally, they're just like one word things and make sure I just covered things. So, but it's more the free flow. We've only been doing 50 minutes now, you know.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's what I just thought. I said, good. I didn't want you to miss anything, so I'll give you a last say on what you want. If not,
No, I think that's it. I think just that we've got. When will this be going out?
could be over the next couple of days.
Because just could include the fact that we spoke about the March opening offers, didn't we?
Yeah.
So the opening offers have not actually gone live as yet.
Yeah, talk us through your timetable. We'll go through the timetable. Have you got membership? Have you got is the price a pre-book price? What's the initial thing? So if I wanted to sign up,
So if you want
what's
to
the first
find,
thing you send me?
we're gonna. So it'll be all done through Instagram to start with. So I'm just gonna do it myself. So because there's only 5 places per class, I'm advertising it as limited availability. Basically, first come first serve.
Yep.
I'm doing single classes. So for March, the offers for March. So it's single classes £12, and then doing block classes.
Yep.
2 classes are £20, and then
Yep.
4 classes are £38.
Right.
So they're your March offers. So they are going to be running for the whole of March. Then block classes. So if you book in 2 classes, it's like I'll keep a track of what you've already booked. So
Yeah.
just drop me a message.
So how many? So say how many classes you got a week?
So we're doing 4 a week.
All right, so there's 4. So there's 20 spots available.
Yeah.
What happens if 5 women, all 5 women, book the full lot up straight away? Yeah.
I know.
So this is what happened to me. That's what I'm saying. So I did this, and I had to put a class on, like straight after it. When I used to run like the ultimate shred classes, I had like only 20 spaces, but I had like 250 sign-ups. So I used to have 20 in a class, 20 in a class.
Yeah.
It's just something to consider
Yeah.
for yourself as well. So how many classes are you doing? So you said 4.
Yeah, so we're initially doing 4, but then it's like expanding it and looking on a weekend.
Yep.
So we could always, my schedule is quite flexible. So if there is more demand for classes, Emily's already said to me, like, it's fine. We'll just set it as like you're doing 4 a week. If you
Yeah.
need any more, that's yours. It's
And
up to you.
have you looked into so obviously you just said you're going to be doing the booking, and as much as you feel like that's not a lot to deal with, it gets a lot. Yeah. So I just have a look at some plans for the membership option. Maybe when you fully expand
Yeah,
membership, but then you need a booking system that correlates to it.
I had a
Otherwise,
look with one with Mind and Body. I had a meeting with somebody in Ireland about it, and that's something that I'd consider because it's like they give you basically your own app.
yeah.
So they book, they have everything. So your waivers, everything goes through them, and
Yeah.
keep the document of it's literally you've got your own little mini website through a link, and then
Yeah. So again, on top of that, I've done every single one of these that you're speaking about. I was speaking to massage therapist next door as well. So I give him the idea. We're giving him a massage on Thursday, looking at AI setups.
Mm.
And I think he's paying £10 a month. I've just done this, and I was paying £500 a month
Oh my God.
for a thing that did me an app, did me a.
Yeah.
They were constantly updating it all the time. I've also paid like 15, 20 grand for a bespoke app. I've done all. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just trying to weigh the options out
Yeah.
first. The AI one, so it took him 10 minutes, and he's got it all set out. It's like literally he could enter whatever he needed to, and it generated in this app, and it's like £10 a month.
That's really good.
So, lastly, what we'll do is we'll just, if you want to tell us your timetable, Laura.
Yeah, so it's going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays to start off with. So it's going to be 6 first class, 7 second class. They're going to be 45 minutes, so it's going to be like quick turnaround. In and out, because I know not everybody loves to spend hours training. But yeah, hopefully we're going to be expanding to doing like weekends, and it's just seeing what people want and where people want to go. So we have got some March offers. So for one class, it's £12 just for a single class, and then for 2 classes, £20, and then 4 classes, £38. So they will just be set for March. So after March, it might be that we do like some alternative offers, or we just kind of see how things go, see what people want to do.
And if people want to find you, what's your social media for your business?
So it's vibe_yoga__, or you can just contact me. It's Laura Jo on Instagram. So, but on Vibe Yoga, I am tagged. So even if you just want to message me,
Yes, name's it bio, and
yeah, it's in bio. Yeah. But yeah, honestly, any questions? Anything? No questions are stupid.
well, thank you. Yeah, well, I wish it best of luck,
Thank you.
and we'll leave it at that. Thank you, everybody. Remember, so go over and follow and like every page that Laura's got. Make sure you keep following the journey. We wish her all best of luck. Like, share, subscribe. You know the business. All right. Thank you.